benefit? The globe makers, I guess, the globe barons. But it just seems crazy to me because how many people you would have to keep that conspiracy going? Because you fly to China, you didn't get to an edge.
Yeah, you didn't. You didn't get to the edge, and you sent astronauts with. Then they did pictures, and they showed a globe. So this is a big conspiracy, Tyrus.
Some flat earthers actually believe astronauts are just actors, part of a huge conspiracy going back to those very first steps on the moon.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
You don't believe that they've gone to space?
No, not at all. The rockets go up, sure. There's nobody in them.
This is what happens when you answer text questions with selfies. That's exactly what this is. They didn't read this. Is the Earth? Yes. Like, this is the problem with, they just say things.
How much easier it would be to throw stuff away.
Push it over the side.
Yeah.
Flat Earth was accepted.
Think life would be easier if the world was flat, and here's why. Think about how much easier it would be to throw stuff away.
Push it over the side.
Yeah,
That's
just walk over, drop it off the edge.
You live at the edge.
No, but you know what? It's like because the Earth is round, you can never really throw anything away. It goes in the Earth.
We could
Also, by
rocket
the
it
way-
into space.
Yeah, but then it just gets into this orbit.
And we'd be
like
a lot
asteroid.
smaller for the purposes of asteroids hitting us. Think about it that
Yeah.
way,
Yes.
right? A lot
You
thinner.
know what? I'm so sick of you and your edge privilege.
For more, let's check in with a young millennial for a comment.
I looked at it as much as I could. It is round.
Well, that Earth was flat. All right. I compiled a bunch of facts that prove the Earth is round because I had to. Because I couldn't remember how you prove it.
But in a world of disagreements large and small, for something as clear as this horizon, the interpretation could be infinite.
You don't think that you're going to accept a chip in your brain that's going to let you see the future? Right. That's ridiculous. You're going to take it. You're going to get that operation. Listen,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
They're so stupid.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore.
What a bunch of dumbasses. Yeah, really.
Why is everyone so fucking stupid?
The pressure difference between the inside of the plane and the outside.
Then you have a leak.
You are stupid. 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 And don't forget, you are stupid.
To today's show, I wanted to do a video, people, then seeing their connection.
Boom, people. Okay, they're still using balloons. Above 70,000 feet, people. Here's the deal. If you can see this, this is the ISS. Okay?
Well, it's flat. Well, it's flat. Well, it's flat. Boy, this is the life, isn't it? Yeah. If you have to get sick, you sure can't beat the measles. That's right. No medicine. Inside or out. Like shots, I mean. Don't even mention shots. Yeah.
Measles?
We interrupt this program with breaking news. Childhood vaccination rates in Quahog have dropped to an all-time low. Few town is vaccinating their kids anymore. Do you even realize the harm you've caused?
Harm? What are you talking about? I'm making the world a better place.
Plan that NASA has is to build a rocket called SLS, which is a heavy lift rocket. It's something that is much bigger than what we have today, and it will be able to launch the Orion capsule with humans on board, as well as landers or other components to destinations beyond Earth orbit. Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. The moon, Mars, asteroids, there's a lot of destinations that we could go to.
Day of the month of September, in an early year of a decade not too long before our own, the human race suddenly...
Your ears and shake those bones.
We've all heard of Freemasonry and the supposedly hidden agenda its members have to achieve global
and lower pitch.
And so, the next time you hear things, it's sound waving at you. Bye-bye now.
This side?
Yep.
You can hear the tapping through the bricks. Sound travels faster through bricks, too.
See how the spring squeezes together and then spreads apart? Well, the same thing. Sound travels in waves.
The television picture you're watching right now started out as a wave.
Take a look at this. We can count peaks to get the frequency. We can measure this distance to get the wavelength, or we can measure this distance.
Wow.
How does that make you feel?
Like I've been bamboozled and hoodwinked all this time.
I feel so bad.
So like nitrate, nitrite, metals. We test wastewater, drinking water, hazardous waste.
We only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go.
But there were very few vibrations of any sort. There's a picture of the INSAT.
Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement.
I think it's something to do with free will.
Would you please repeat that? Please repeat that?
What you have stolen from me. Swallow this.
What is it?
Happy boy. Happy boy. Happy boy. Happy boy. Happy boy.
So they're moving around in little circles, but they're not moving that way along with the waves. The waves are going right through the water without carrying much water with them. Isn't that cool? That's just the way it is.
We've all heard of Freemasonry and the supposedly hidden agenda its members have to achieve global domination through a new world order, but how many of us really know anything substantial about the subject? I'm Mike with List 25, and from memberships to symbols, here are 25 curious facts about Freemasonry. From his Grandmaster to claim the moon as being in the territorial jurisdiction of the Grand Lodge of Texas. John Glenn was also a Mason. Most famous Freemasons include Charles Darwin, Mark Twain, Winston Churchill, J. Edgar Hoover, Benjamin Franklin, and the first president and founding father of our country, George Washington. 4. Enemy soldiers who recognized each other as Freemasons helped each other and saved each other's lives. Even during war, these Freemasons' loyalty to the craft did not fade. Not to testify truthfully when another Mason is on trial. They admit that it may be perjury, but to them, it's a far greater sin to not protect one of their own. Statue of Liberty. Friedrich Bartholdi, the man who designed the famous statue, was a Mason.
Bleep, bloop, blorp, I am a robot too. Our society is run by insane people for insane objectives.
The fact that the planet is in the control of mad people. You know, people who are crazy, people who are greedy, all these people who... The world is flat after all, flat after all.
The earth flat.
Know about health, so you'd need to reprogram stuff so that you teach people about how to be healthy. That way you don't spend so much money on disease. People would be healthier.
He knows nothing of the potential of the microchip or the silicon revolution.
bird checks position by the sun compass. The glacier signals the South Pole itself. Here, Bird drops the flags of the United Nations, carefully boxed, a symbol of America's goodwill to all nations.
This expedition is going down to the South Pole area to make certain observations and to look for some bases. They will be back in April, and they will report back, and upon the information we get from that undertaking, we will base the bigger expedition that's to follow. Slightly frozen, front of an ocean 10,000 feet deep. The South Pole, the center of a plateau, 10,000 feet high. The North Polar Sea is surrounded by continents that are slightly frozen. The Antarctic continent is surrounded by a belt of ice, frozen seas of at least 1,200 miles thick. Now, the south is a plateau. It gets, in some places, 14,000 feet up. I've been over areas about 13,000, and it's a little bit chilly up there. It's pretty cold. There's only one permanent resident, that's the emperor penguin. The little ones live further north.